Hi, today I'm going to be talking about some really just basic things that you can get over the counter because there's been like a huge epidemic going around and it's like nobody knows what to do about it. Yeah, everybody should know what to do about it. So, starting from left to right, you have allergy relief pills for mold, lice killing shampoo for lice, kind of like a parasite. Neem for fungus and parasitical prevention. Then you have athlete's foot medicine, chlorotrimazole for ringworm, my conazole for yeast and a specific type of fungus, capril or caprylic acid for, well, that's also a preventive care one against like yeast and other stuff. And then my conazole spray. I'm just going to talk about each one a little bit, and then they're at the top. Super digestible. The first one is allergy relief. Now, some people don't have allergies, but allergy relief medicine actually contains an anti-mold. So even if you feel sick, or maybe you're in conditions with like a lot of mold, you can actually just take an allergy relief pill once a day until you feel better. I actually have allergies, so it kind of comes in handy. So, but that was nice to find out. So it actually does, it's a good prevention for mold. Here is lice killing shampoo. And yeah, I've written an article that goes along with this. And in the old days, you waited until you have it, and usually until you have it really badly. But you should actually probably, especially in the spring and summertime, because lice are everywhere. They're not something that specifically live off of humans, they're just around. And so you can have one and they'll just leave you, go back where they were before, like a fly or a gnat, and then come back in. Today you have lice. And I happen to live in a very irritating area where nobody knows where the lice come from, and yet there's been outbreaks at schools and everywhere else, and like nobody knows where it comes from. And so I was thinking like that for a while. But yeah, once a month or once every other month throughout the spring and summer months, yeah, just go ahead and do it. It's really easy to use. You just take a bath like normal, and then you wash your hair with it, wash your whole body with it, including your nooks and crannies. So, armpits and other private areas. And it has like a little bit of staying power, and then about 10 days later, you do it again. And here is the Rid Home Lice, Bedbug, and Dust Mite Spray. And this works great against lice, plus all these things. It's like an additional spray that you can add to just making sure specific type of bugs aren't in your house. There's also a flea spray that just keeps your home nice and safe. I'll also spray it in my car. A lot of people don't think about doing that. But this is very light, unlike a pesticide, which actually I will spray a little bit of pesticide in my car, but it's a small enclosed space. So, well, just spray it in there at night when I'm not going to be in there, and then in the morning, all the windows opened up. Don't even bother putting like the AC on because, yeah, I don't want to really breathe in insecticide, but I don't want insects in my car. Oh, and also a nice thing about this spray, and something that people don't really know about lice, lice are pretty much crabs. So if you don't want to get the really nasty looking crab medicine, you can actually just wash with this and they'll go away. Now, and this one is another nice one. Repel. Insect repellent. Sometimes people only use it when they go camping, but you can spray it on yourself. And it's really nice because every time I spray it in the living room, or I spray it on myself in my room, or in the bathroom. It's an additional amount of repellent. I also like spraying it in my car, and it's not that bad, and this kind of keeps the repellent going too. Neem. Okay. Neem is a very wondrous little antifungal, anti-parasitical. It has a specific ingredient that just helps your overall autoimmune system. So even if you don't have anything, it's just really good preventative medicine. Just drop it into your drink and it will kind of help you take care of things. Because next we're going to be moving on to the antifungal, the one that's associated with ringworm and athlete's foot. And sometimes it doesn't actually show up, but neem will actually make it appear a little bit more heavily on your skin. Alright, here's a big one that's on my mind because this is associated to an outbreak, and it was the incurable disease, and people are losing circulation. It's causing all this damage and everything. Chlorotrimazole. It's an antifungal cream, and it cures athlete's foot. But not only does it cure athlete's foot, it also cures ringworm. And ringworm is also another fungus that's just everywhere. It grows here, it grows there, it's everywhere. It doesn't have to be given to you by another person. Sometimes the earth just gives it to you. This is kind of what it would look like if you don't see it. This is actually in Beauty Mark. I've actually had a doctor look at it, and then I've rubbed the cream over it. And it turns dark if you are positive for ringworm. This happens to be a naturally white spot on my skin. I don't know if you can see it very well. But it's slightly irregular. But that's kind of what it would look like. And it's kind of discreet, so if you have a perfectly circular spot, dark or maybe kind of a tan color, that wasn't there before, you can just rub the cream over it and it'll turn brown. And then when it turns brown, it kind of looks like just one of my regular freckles here, like maybe one of them that's like a little bit more faded. And to you're positive. So actually, if you're freckly like me, you might want to just keep a tube in the medicine cabinet, and every once in a while, feeling kind of icky, just rub it on your spot and see how they turn. This is caprylic acid. And a lot of people don't really know what it's used for. I've seen it moved around. Health food stores usually carry these kinds of vitamins. But yeah, it's been associated with defending yourself against yeast. So at first it was in the women's section, and then it's just in general just kind of a good preventative care again, because it just works with your system in a way that kind of cleans it out safely and naturally. So maybe it's more like, I don't know, some kind of, special scrubbing thing like tea. Okay, so everybody's seen this before. This is your standard, once again, for women use only, because it's the Myconazole Nitrile Vaginal Cream. And once again, it was believed that it's largely just for women for this specific purpose, but it turns out it's for everyone, men, women, children alike. And yeah, it does fight against yeast infection, but it's mostly an antifungal. And so there was a time that I get like a tube of this stuff, and then I just apply it to like sunburns, open wounds, and other things because it like protects that area from additional infection in addition to the triple antibiotic. So, but yeah, semi embarrassing. Well, this is the Athlete's Foot liquid spray, which is also my Conazole nitrate. So this is also an antifungal, but will not help treat ringworm like chlorotrimazole. So you can just spray this on wounds, which is very attractive and much more PC and much less leaning into your personal life. So that's very convenient, and just spray it onto your wound, secondary sunburn, blister, whatever. And it's really, really good in protecting open wounds from additional infection so they heal normally. And then, of course, you also want to use like your rubbing alcohol and your triple antibiotic, but it's a good addition. And here is the key making my really massive, probably over complex preventative care maintenance for mold, fungus, and parasites. It's a super digestible. So basically, when all this stuff is getting freed from your system, well, it has a tendency to collect somewhere. And there is also a very specific type of fungus that grows in your digestive tract. And what it does is it's like a chloroform that blocks water because water by itself is enough to kill the fungus. And if it takes root in your digestive tract, you'll have a lot of problems. So, super digestible encourages all those little things to open up, all the way from like your throat all the way down. And so, introduction to water, they'll just sweep away. And so, it's also very good preventative care, kind of keeping your digestive tract healthy. So, this is an enzyme. Some people like using the cleanse, so it like cleanses away everything. I have decided ultimately that the cleanse is not so important. Just these nice, once again, just natural vitamins help keep that all in good condition and let nature take its course. So that is it for me today, and all the preventative care kind of things that you can just get. They're all over the counter. They're all available at like health food stores. Um, well, I mean, you might have to go to a couple of different stores. But they do carry a lot of this stuff, just like your regular health food stores, and all that. I've been using Equate, but Ridix is like the popular lice shampoo. It's available like everywhere, and it isn't very badly priced. And so instead of thinking, oh, I need to wait till the disease happens, I need to wait until I lose circulation and it's bad enough, just, get some preventative care going and don't worry about it as much. And then if something happens, it's like, oh, well, okay. Need to go to a doctor and see what they recommend. And most of the time, especially on these issues where it's really common diseases, they'll just give you a prescription to go buy the over-the-counter drug. So, I mean, this is really all you need. Okay.